Welcome to a very special live 1 year anniversary episode number 40 of Locker Talk. I am your host, Colton, and sadly, not by my side tonight, my co host, Matt. I'll get into that a little bit later, but with me tonight is a very special guest, Mr. Sammy Zane. Sammy, thank you for being here tonight. I understand you're an inanimate object, that you will not be providing much to the show, but I appreciate you being here, and we hope to see you a little bit on later tonight. So this is it. 365 days ago today, Matt and myself recorded our very first episode of Locker Talk. We did a prediction show for Fastlane 2015, which turned out to be an absolutely terrible show. Hopefully you enjoyed Fastlane 2016 a bit more this year. I know I did. It was a bit off in a few places, but that is what it is. So on this very special 1 year anniversary of Locker Talk, I would like to dedicate to my co-host, Matt. Matt is unfortunately a bit under the weather. He texted me earlier saying that he was sick all day, running a fever, and overall not having a great life. So, Matt, I hope you feel better. So the plan is tomorrow after Raw, Matt and I will be having a celebration episode of Locker Talk. It will be episode 41. We're going to talk about all the greatest moments in Locker Talk. We're going to talk about some ladder matches. We're going to talk about the face of the company. And overall, we're just going to have a great time. But this show tonight, I wanted to come to you guys tonight since this is a momentous night for Locker Talk. I honestly never thought we would make it for an entire year without Matt and I killing each other. And so I'm happy that we've done that. And so I'm going to start off the show with some tweets from our biggest fans of Locker Talk. Yes, the biggest fans of Locker Talk have weighed in for this special anniversary episode. And so first we start off with at RTM Wrestling, who does one of the greatest wrestling YouTube shows on all of the internet. It's also on SoundCloud if you're into that, whatever that is. They're definitely in the top 115,765-ish. So they're definitely in the top that range. So you should definitely go check them out. And they have said, overall, a good show. Hated the weird 15 minutes before the main event. Hated the ending to the main event. Knew it was coming. Really gutted. There's no way Triple H versus Roman Reigns is the main event, a meaning of WrestleMania. And next we get to our other good friend at Steven Sorrell, who has a fantastic WWE website, letstalkwwe.com. And Steven has weighed in saying, pretty much everyone who is obviously going to win obviously won. Obviously, thank you for making me read that. You're helping me hone up on my talking skills. Great effort in the championship matches, though. Everyone took some risks and was given time. Why would they have Brie tap out immediately with so much emotional investment? I will answer that later if I remember to. Why would they not put over the Styles Clash and diminish its effectiveness already? Kevin Owens, man. Kevin Owens killed it again. Hashtag Chinlock Island should be hashtag of the night. Even disliking the Bellas in the past, Brie tapping out was stupid, especially with Charlotte having natural selection. Shows it fails at putting moves, especially finishes, over. And then I think Ambrose officially hit Reigns more times in the back of the chair than Rollins, and that's saying something. And back to our good friends at RTM Wrestling, who says, got to sleep, brother, smash it. Thank you, Andy. I will indeed try to smash it, unless that means something completely different in Britain, and then maybe I will not smash it. Or if it does mean the same thing and I just suck at this, we'll see. So thank you so much, Steven. Make sure you follow him at Steven Sorrell, at RTM Wrestling, Andy and Emma. Three fantastic people, and we have a ton of great fans and friends that we've made at Locker Talk over the year. But I don't want to get to that too much. We will definitely get into that some more tomorrow night. And so we start off with my first comment is on the WWE Network. Good God, what a piece of crap it was tonight. Honestly, I've not experienced the WWE Network failing so miserably for an extended period of time as much as I did tonight. It wasn't just where it would lag for a little bit and then it would just run smoothly for a while. It would lag and then try to catch itself up really quick and I'd miss a bit, and it'd lag and then catch up and I'd miss a bit. And so it did get slightly better throughout the night. However, it did really get into the way of my enjoyment of the show and a lot of the matches that I was really looking forward to. So first off, we start off on the pre-show. We get the one, the only, the incomparable Mauro Ranallo taking us through this first pre-show match. And boy, I'll say it was a doozy. Kalisto and Del Rio put on a great match. 2 out of 3 falls is one of my favorite stipulations. And so it was a lot of fun, and it was great having Mauro Ranallo there, calling the shots, calling the match. It was just a joy to listen to and witness, even though my dad called me like halfway through the match when I was trying to listen to Mauro Ranallo. But that's not important. But yeah, so great match. I really hope we get to see more of Mauro Ranallo in the coming months and the coming year, I guess. I think he proved himself well tonight. There's a big difference in commentating on SmackDown, where it's a tape show, where you know it's a tape show, and doing a live WWE pay-per-view. And I think Mauro stepped up. And speaking of stepping up, this is the opposite of what happened when we got Michael Cole replacing him for the rest of the show. Hoy vey, let's not get into that. This entire episode of Locker Talk we could do just based on Michael Cole. So the first match of the night, the opening spot to get the crowd pumped up, was Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks against Team Bad. And once again, my stream was just horrendous throughout this entire match. From what I saw, it was a good competitive match, more so than I expected. Becky and Sasha obviously pick up the win, and I assume we're moving on to bigger and better things. Spoiler warning, Charlotte later in the night. And so, yeah, this is a decent match. Then the next match, Kevin Owens against Dolph Ziggler, my 2 favorites. And I think Sami Zayn here would have to agree. This was the match I was most looking forward to. A lot of people were expecting this match or Jericho and Styles to be the match of the night, and I definitely thought those were the 2 best matches of the night. And so I'm going to definitely have to watch this again. My stream was still continuing to be complete crap, really making me sad because I obviously love these 2. Oh, just getting word that Matt spoiled the main event for Farmer. That's not good. Maybe don't do that. Maybe Matt's not dead, which is a good thing. But anywho, I'm gonna have to go watch this match again. Fantastic. A lot of back and forth action, mostly dominated by KO. But a lot of people were complaining about this match going into it. We've seen this over and over. Yes, we have seen it over and over, but the fact that it's Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler, they're going to go out and put on a fantastic match every night. And they're 2 of the guys who I don't mind watching over and over again. There's a short list of people who I don't mind seeing wrestle each other over and over and over. And these are 2 of the big ones because obviously they're my 2 favorites. So really great match. I thought this was the match of the night. Great job by Owens and Ziggler. It'll be interesting to see where they go from this. Owens is obviously defending his title at WrestleMania. Ziggler will probably be dragged out of catering for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal to inevitably lose to Braun McHuge, Giant Arms Man, or whoever he is these days. Speaking of Braun McHuge, giant strong arms man, the next match was the Wyatt family against Big Show, Kane, and Ryback, the new gods of the WWE, against the Titans. And the Titans included Ryback. I can kind of see them calling Big Show and Kane Titan, since they are large, tall men who have been in the business a long time and are going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame one day. I understand that, but Ryback is definitely not in that category by any means of that definition. And so, for whatever reason, the first bad, stupid, pointless decision of the night goes to Ryback pinning Luke Harper and potentially injuring him. That didn't look good. It looked like Harper landed pretty bad on his shoulder. But for whatever reason, Ryback, Big Show, and Kane pick up the win over the Wyatt family. And I thought the Wyatts have been building up steam for a while now. And it just kind of completely died tonight. Bray Wyatt was not mentioned much. He obviously didn't have a match. He didn't come out at the end like everyone anticipated him to. And so I don't know where the Wyatts go from here. I thought that they were starting to build a little bit of steam, but I guess it seems that anytime the Wyatts build steam, they quickly get derailed. Get it? It's a train joke. I used to work on a train. That's fun, right? Okay. I have the same writer as Jerry Lawler. I apologize. I'm not on my top game tonight. Anywho, moving on. Charlotte and Brie Bella for the Divas Championship. Yeah, there is no chance in hell Brie Bella was going to win this match. This is just a formality. This is a, oh, I'm sorry that your sister is injured and that your husband is retiring, and soon Brie Bella will retire and have little vegan goat baby faces, or whatever they're going to be. So I honestly, I do wish her the best. It sounds wrong to say I hope she retires, but it seems like that's what she wants. She wants to go have a family. And so by all means, go do that with Daniel Bryan. I'm sure they'll be just the loveliest parents in the world. But yeah, this was it wasn't a 5-star match by any means, but it was a solid match. They were trying things. I feel like most of the night people were trying things, and it just seemed just a hair off. Obviously, nobody wants to get injured before WrestleMania. Ryback. But I felt they did decently enough. They kind of screwed up the end there. I don't really know. Michael Cole trying to explain away that her knee buckled when she flies into the rope or whatever dumb stuff that was. And then to acknowledge Steven's question about why would Brie Bella tap in that situation. One, just the fact I would say it's Charlotte's finisher. Apparently, natural selection isn't a thing anymore. I'm pretty sure we've only seen it twice since she came to the main roster, which is a crying shame. Shame. We'll get to that later as well. And yeah, honestly, I thought the tapping out was really weak too. She didn't really seem into it, which is weird to seem into tapping out. But yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't that great. There was really no other way this was going to end. But I think we see Brie Bella ride off into the sunset. Or well, if she's going to be in Washington with Daniel Bryan, I don't think there is a lot of sun there, so maybe she rides off into the storm. Who knows? But yeah, decent match, whatever. My network stream is starting to work a little bit better at this point, and so I'm getting a little happier. And we get to Jericho versus Styles, which is another match that everyone was looking forward to. And I said it just a couple minutes ago. A lot of matches tonight, they went for some cool stuff. In this match especially, they went for some cool stuff. And it just seemed that they were a tick off. I commend them for trying stuff. They did put on a great match. It was really enjoyable to watch, but just kind of Jericho almost dropping Styles on the back of his neck and on his head from the top. The springboard kicking Styles' feet out. Wasn't sure whether Styles was supposed to jump off and get hit in the chest or if Jericho was supposed to kick the ropes and knock him flat. Just looked a little bit off. It was still a great match, don't get me wrong, but it was just a bit off. Obviously, like I said, they're saving the big stuff for WrestleMania. I don't think we see this feud continuing. Who knows where they go? Jericho probably doing something or other. People saying Styles, Owens, wouldn't mind seeing that, but we'll see. And so we get through all this, and we're only an hour and a half into the show. And I think, okay, we've got, or no, I'm sorry, there'd be an hour left in the show at this point. And so I'm thinking, okay, we have the cutting edge peep show, and then we have the main event. They're giving both of those, tons of time. Great. I was super, super excited for the cutting edge peep show with the New Day. Edge and Christian, absolutely fantastic on the mic. The New Day, phenomenal. No pun intended, Mr. Styles. And it was going really great for the first part. A lot of people were thinking, okay, maybe Enzo and Big Cass will be debuting tonight. I thought maybe they'll be debuting tomorrow. And it seems that they quickly dashed the hopes of anyone hoping that might happen with the League of Nations, these lovely group of fellas coming out. And this is when the show took a hard right turn and fell straight down the rabbit hole into the insane asylum I'm sure Dean Ambrose resided at one point in his life. Yeah, it just seemed to lose all the momentum, what little momentum they had before this. With, Barrett got a few lines, which was interesting, and Sheamus was doing weird stuff. And so obviously before, the New Day and Edge and Christian are kind of giving verbal jabs, and then League of Nations comes out, and League of Nations is talking to New Day, and New Day leaves, and now the League of Nations is talking to Edge and Christian, and then they leave, and then suddenly Edge and Christian and the New Day are celebrating together, and I don't know, it was just a huge mess. And I don't know why it happened. I would have been completely fine if they would have ended it just with Edge and Christian and the New Day talking, just hype their show that totally reeks of awesomeness, which probably doesn't reek as much awesomeness as this show reeks of awesomeness. I don't have any confetti. Otherwise, I probably could have thrown confetti for the 1 year show. But yeah, it went downhill pretty quick. And so it seems that the League of Nations against the New Day will be our WrestleMania match for some reason. Hoy vey. Yeah, and so now we move on to the main event, which might be the most predictable thing I've seen. It amazed me still how many people bought into this idea, my co-host included, that Dean Ambrose might actually win this match. I didn't for a second think that Dean Ambrose had any chance in hell of winning this match. It was blatantly obvious that Roman Reigns was going to win. A lot of people were expecting Bray Wyatt to come out and screw Brock Lesnar. That obviously didn't happen. So it seems to me that they might be gearing more towards Ambrose Lesnar. All for that. That sounds really awesome. Ambrose has stepped up his game since he's started, I guess, kind of feuding with Lesnar. He's honestly, he seemed like a main event guy, and so I'm really happy for Dean Ambrose in that way, because I know I've said it, and I think a few other people have said it, that Ambrose was honestly starting to get a bit boring. He wasn't doing much. But I think this feud with Lesnar has kind of sparked something within him. He's been able to shine like the crazy little star he is. And it should be great. Roman Reigns, Triple H, WrestleMania. Here I want to say the people who are tweeting hashtag cancel WrestleMania, you're stupid. Second of all, the WWE thanks you for your $9.99 that you're going to give them to watch WrestleMania and cheer and buy merchandise and all this other fun stuff. So good luck with that. I don't understand why you're saying that. If you don't like Roman Reigns, that's one thing. He's not everybody's cup of tea, but if you really think they should cancel WrestleMania because Roman Reigns is gonna be in the championship match, I feel like you need to realize that there's more important things to worry about in this life. And so, yeah, get a grip, people. Come on. Like, I don't understand people sometimes, but that's my little soapbox. This show's a lot easier to do when I have somebody to bounce ideas off. So hopefully Matt gets less sick tomorrow. We can have a fun show. But yeah, the match itself was really, really good. I had said on Twitter that this seemed sort of like the Royal Rumble match last year with Lesnar, Cena, and Seth Rollins, and it was basically the same. They put Lesnar through a table to keep him out of the game for a while, then the two went at it. I thought they kept a good balance of Ambrose and Reigns still being friends, but still wanting to win the match and still going at it. Of course, obviously, when Brock Lesnar gets up, their focus shifts more towards beating up Lesnar because he is Brock Lesnar, and who wouldn't, try to get Brock Lesnar out of the match first. So overall, it was a good pay-per-view compared to Fastlane last year. This is a fantastic show. Compared to Locker Talk's first episode last year, I think this is a fantastic show. This is a lot more fun. I tried to watch the first episode of Locker Talk earlier today, and it pained me to my core. Good Lord, we were bad. I apologize for any of you who watched that. If we're not any better, maybe you should tell us that, but it might hurt my feelings. So that's really a moot point. But I think we should know a lot more on Raw tomorrow night. I'm excited to see what happens on Monday Night Raw to advance these storylines. We should start getting a pretty good knowledge of what's going to happen for WrestleMania. Obviously, we kind of have a bit of idea. Reigns and Triple H, maybe Ambrose versus Lesnar, Kevin Owens versus anyone. Be a great match. Don't know why you need to complain. Kalisto, hell, put him in a ladder match with 5 other guys for the title. You got a good show. So, yeah, this has been the 40th episode of Locker Talk, our special 1-year anniversary. I would like to thank every single person who has watched our show, has watched any of these 40 episodes, any part of it, anyone who has tweeted at us, anyone who has tweeted us questions or comments to read out on the show. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It really means a lot. I would like to, before we end the show, wish a very happy birthday to one of my all-time favorite people, Mr. Alan Rickman. Sir, we miss you dearly, and the world is a much worse place for you not being in it. But we don't want to end on a sad note, so we will use the power of positivity to send you out on what has been hopefully a great episode of WWE Locker Talk. So I am Colton. This has been episode 40 of Locker Talk. Make sure you tweet us, follow us on Twitter at WWE Locker Talk. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment on this video. And I will see you tomorrow night for a very special celebration of WWE Locker Talk.